Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we've got two radios here. We've got my Yaesu FT2D and an Icom IC-F4SR PMR446 variant. It's this radio here on this side that I'm interested in this video because I have a bit of a dilemma involving the battery pack. The battery pack supplied, there was a pair of these, so the battery pack supplied with both of them were nickel cadmium, and that's not really ideal because it's dead for one, because it's that old, and two, not sure whether reselling it with nickel cadmiums is even going to be viable, so it's either resell it with nickel cadmium batteries, resell it with nickel metal hydrides, which would cause some compatibility issues with the supplied charger. I might have to put a diode or something in line to drop the voltage, or I'm not actually sure what I'd have to do because the charger would be too high a voltage out of it for nickel metal hydride, I should think, and I don't want to risk a fire or anything. Or the other alternative is lithium, in which case I'd have to come up with some other sort of charging arrangement. And the lithium cells would last a lot longer because they can deliver a bit more current for a given size of cell, but I'm not sure if a cell such as an 18650 would even fit inside the case of the battery pack. Now, I've got into one of the battery packs. It was very destructive, unfortunately. The pack itself, the bottom part, is fine. It's just the top. When I tried getting that off, because I thought it was just clipped in, it turned out it was glued together. And there were sticky pads on the cells inside. And some of those cells look as though they've been leaking their guts, so they're definitely no good. The cells in the one that's on the radio right now seem to be perfectly fine, but it doesn't last very long. It only lasts about 5 or 10 minutes. I've got tea here as well, which is partly why I'm in the kitchen, but the other reason why is because the charger for the Icom is in here as well. So, that's my dilemma. I'll show you the battery pack as well. So I'll just pause the video there. Okay, so I'm back in the living room now, and here is the original battery pack. So you can see there was a sticky pad across there. That was partly holding the lid on and made it very, very difficult to get the lid off with a spudger. Like I said, I thought it was clipped on, but unfortunately it turned out it wasn't. And I used an Isosamo spudger, because they are good quality. Thinking, yes, it might be clipped, but no, it turns out that all the plastic trim inside there is glued. So I'll just get these horrible batteries out. And this is pretty much what's in there. You can see where it's glued, where it's broke off. So if I can get if I can get the remainder of that off, I'll probably be able to 3D print a suitable cover to fit that. So I do have a 3D printer for such tasks. So there's a little thermal, I think that's a one-shot thermal fuse. So I'm guessing if the battery overheats, then that trips. And it never works again. So this basically was just an empty case in here, which can accommodate, by the looks of it, AA cells. So guessing there's a dry cell variant that was also available. So these radios once upon a time started life out for SRBR, short range business radio, but then later became PMR446. There was two ways Icom did that: sold them already on PMR446, or offered people that had them an official retune service to have them retuned to PMR446 and fitted with a non-removable antenna, because in the SRBR configuration the antenna was removable. I believe the socket is still on the radio if you were to take the radio apart. I've not done that. So it looks like I will have to try and clear some of the glue out and get rid of the remainder of the plastic and 3D printer cover to put over the top of there and put back on. So there's my dilemma. Do I resell it with
NiCads, which would require spot welding the cells together like so. Resell it with nickel metal hydride, which would also require spot welding, because I really don't fancy soldering to cells, or buy a pre-built 18650 based lithium pack. Whether an 18650 fits in there or not, I don't know, and I can't try that out because I don't have a spudder to open one of my power banks to try that, which is a bit annoying. So, there's my dilemma. Which sort of cells should I use? Bearing in mind that nickel metal hydride and lithium would not be compatible with the original wall charger, of which there's only one, by the way. It didn't come with one per radio, and it came with one, because I was given these because they were of really no value. So, but I like to try and get old things working, and if I can get this battery pack back to full working order and back on a radio, then that will be grand. So, what cell technology shall I use? Which would be best for the job?